Hey Daisies, this is a bit different than usual, but I'm just gonna start ranting because I need someone to talk to, and none of my friends are around, and I don't have a phone to text them, so I'm gonna talk to y'all, even if y'all don't view this video. I hope y'all do though. Let's get into it. Also, I'm gonna show y'all my products that I'm using. I don't have makeup, all just skincare and hair products. Okay, this is how I lost my best friend. So, so I had this best friend. We'll call her Stephanie, and she was my best friend. We were friends since like third grade, and then she just started becoming distant. And I have this other best friend. We'll call her Stephanie number two. She's also these people are both really kind people. They didn't really do anything wrong, but they still did. So, um, this is what I'm gonna be using first, by the way. So, they started like acting distant around me, hiding secrets, and then next thing you know, Stephanie number one and Stephanie number two were so close, and they either had a boy who had a crush on them or a boyfriend. And yeah, no one likes me in my school. Literally, the only people that actually like me are my teachers and my friends. Literally, everyone else literally hates me. So, but let's continue. So yeah, they just started getting really distant, and then they both got boys and all that stuff, and like, yeah, and then when I would try to hang out with them, they would like always change the topic. Like, if I came over and I would be like, "Hey guys, what are you talking about?" They start like whispering and giggling, and then like probably lie. I don't know if they were, but yeah, as y'all can tell, they started to get distant. This is what I'm using next, and so then I started hanging out with other friend groups, but then they started getting mad that I was hanging out with other people. And then at some point, I joined this one friend group where literally everyone hates everyone. I did not know until I joined. And literally, I love them all, but I hate hanging out with them all together because they're so like bratty around each other. They're so kind individually, except like they literally hate their entire friend group. But then, so then, like literally, like the captain of this friend group, we'll call her Princess. Princess number one. She told me, "Have you heard about Stephanie number one and Stephanie number two's secret language?" And I was like, "Their secret what?" And she was like, "Oh, you haven't heard about it? Like, literally the entire school knows about it. And it's hand gestures. Yes, hand gestures. They made an entire alphabet and stuff like that. And the thing is, almost all of the girls knew about it. Even the teachers knew about it. They literally had to suspend somebody because they were cheating on a test by using their language. And then they have a lot of cuss words in that language, and also like I hate and like stuff like that. It was like sometimes it was like I hate, and they had names for like everyone in the grade in the school. And then I was like, "No, I haven't heard about it." And Princess number one, she was like, "Oh, I thought y'all were best friends." And like, yeah, I guess we are best friends, because best friends definitely keep secrets from each other, but they don't. They really don't. By the way, guys, these are my bracelets. I used to have so many more, but they're falling apart. Anyway, yeah, and then I joined this new friend group. I left them because they were kind of annoying. I'd still hang out with them, but not all the time. So I joined this new friend group. Generally, everybody loved each other. Their parents liked the friends and stuff. But then, they didn't know about the hand gestures apparently, and they were like, "Do you know that new language? We want to learn it." And I was like, "No," and they were like, "Oh, because we don't know that language, and I feel like they're talking about you." So yeah, apparently we're best friends, but they talk about me behind my back. Now, I don't know for sure that they are, so I'm like, I'm a bit skeptical. And then this new girl, she joins our school, and somehow she learns the language, even though they're in the new friend group that I'm hanging out with. And I don't know, maybe Stephanie number one and Stephanie number two don't know, but this new girl shows up, and she's like, for some reason, there's this new language that says that they hate you, and basically everyone in this friend group. And I was like, what? So yeah, my friends made an entire hand gesture thing, like whatever, to talk about me behind my back. Next thing we're using is this. It's a Rare Beauty. It's off-brand though. I don't have any actual Rare Beauty. I wish though. Let's continue. Anyway, so I was like, oh. And she starts teaching me it. And then, we'll call this person Redhead. Yes, because she was actually Redhead. Um, and then I go confront my friends. And actually, it's not true. Because I asked literally everyone else in that school, and it's not true. And I actually know it's not true for sure because I asked my one friend that literally cannot lie. She cannot lie. She is so scared of lying. Like, literally, her parents are so strict. Like, she cannot lie. And so, yeah, like, they're not talking about me behind my back. So I try to tell them, ask them, like, what's going on. And then, by the way, this is what we're using next. And then they're like, we have a secret language to talk during class. And then I ask everyone else, including the friend that cannot lie, and she's like, yeah, it's literally just to talk during class and give friends answers. And I was like, what? So then this redhead was freaking lying to me. And we had so much in common. We both loved Cupid Lost Cities. We both binge read every day. We both loved Miraculous Ladybug. We literally had everything in common. But she lied to me. So, of course, we could not be friends. And then literally the next day, the teachers knew about it. Someone got suspended. I don't remember who, but they were using it during literally our finals. We don't do STAR tests. We do E something BT ETB ERB. Yes, and it's like to see if you'll get into college and stuff like that. I don't know how to explain it, but yes, kind of like that. And then yeah, they were cheating on that. They were cheating on our ERBs. They could literally get expelled, but our principal didn't expel them. This is what we're using next. I don't really know what it is. It's a lip gloss, but I don't really know what the brand is. Anyway, yeah. So these people are just continuously lying to me, and I'm trying to figure out why. And then this new girl joins the friend group, and I know she's just bad news. You want to know her GPA? 2.3. Yeah, 2.3. And I have a GPA of 3.9. Yeah, I'm a very smart person, but also an iPad kid. So then I'm like, I just know that she's bad news. And like, also, it's not because of like her GPA or whatever. It's just she just brings some vibe. Y'all should know what I'm talking about. But like, yeah, she just brought some vibe, and I was like, I don't know, but I just had to because our moms were friends. And then, so hold up, I'm trying to remember. I'll get back to y'all whenever I remember. Okay, I remember. So when she joined, my grades started going down. So I tried to avoid her, but she would like not leave me alone. Or like when I avoided her, she'd be like, "What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong?" And she was really annoying. Next, we're just gonna use some hand sanitizer from Bath and Body Works, and she was so clingy. It was really annoying. And then all of my friends in my friend group got boyfriends. Like, I'm not allowed to date until I'm 18. And to be honest, I don't mind. You're in 5th grade. Like, and half of them broke up. And then everyone's grades started slipping, and the teacher started asking questions, and like it was a mess. And then, oh yeah, I picked a fight with this one boy that broke up with my friend, by the way. Yeah. Anyway, next we're using some Punk Elephant moisturizer. It's like really small though. It was like my mom's free sample. Like they gave it to her for free to try. But she didn't like it, so she gave it to me. Anyway, yeah. So, hold up, I forgot again. Yes, so that's when I finished Cupid Lost Cities book 9, and then after that, everyone like was laughing at me for liking really long books because if you know, you know. Yes, you do. And like it was just like girl, leave me alone. I literally do not care. Like, people in my English class would be like, that book is the size of the Bible. Like, and your brain is the size of a walnut. I don't care. And then, like, and then, so I went to hang out with my first friends, Stephanie number 1 and Stephanie number 2, because I learned they actually weren't talking about me behind my back. Next, we're going to use this. It just makes my hair smell good. So they actually weren't. And Redhead was lying the whole time. And if you go to my school, you know who Redhead is. Yes, you do. Especially talking to my current besties. Yes. So, by the way, I don't mean anything by current. I'm just saying that, like, you're my go-to friends because y'all my besties, hopefully for life. Anyway, so yeah, I went back to hang out with them. They forgave me because they actually understood. So I was like, okay, I'm good. My grades started going up. I was doing a lot better in school. And then once again, they started getting distant again and started using their hand language again because that got banned, but they started using it again. And we're going to use this. I don't know if I've showed y'all yet, but it's what we're going to use. And, yeah, so they started using their hand language again. And I was like, oh, okay, they're just going to get suspended. That's on them, not on me, because I'm not using it. And then, next thing you know, Redhead is back in the picture, because for some reason my entire friend group is, like, in love with her. And not like that, y'all. My friend, so I'm not gay. But, like, anyway, yeah. They're, like, obsessed with her, and they're like, oh, yeah, she's so nice. She invited us to a Harry Potter sleepover. And, guys, I've never read Harry Potter before. I know that's crazy, but I haven't. My mom literally just ordered me the series yesterday, but I've never read Harry Potter. And I was like, right, but y'all know that I've never read Harry Potter. Like, yeah, but it was still so fun. And I was like, right, it was so fun. And then Redhead was like, oh, yeah, Stephanie number 1 and Stephanie number 2 were talking about you behind your back. I was like, right, that's what you said last time. And she was like, I'm not joking this time. And I was like, I don't know if I can trust you. The thing is, I forgot how I found out. I don't know, it's summertime. I forget everything over the summer. But I don't remember how I found out, but it was true. By the way, guys, next thing we're going to use is this. My deodorant. So yeah, I don't remember how I found out. Oh yeah, I remember. They were talking about it in the locker rooms when we were getting ready for PE. And they're like, she's so clueless. Like, I'm not. I can hear y'all. I'm not deaf. And then, like, once Stephanie number 1, she was like, can you go get my phone from the lockbox because we're not allowed to have our phones in class? And I was like, yeah, sure. I got it, and she got a text from Stephanie number 2. She's like, haha, she has no idea that we're talking about her with our sign language. She is so stupid. I'm like, you and Stephanie number 1 are failing math. Like, they're generally failing math. Oh no, I feel like literally everyone in my school is failing math. Anyway, here's what we're using next. My favorite. And I showed her, and she was like, she's just joking. Right. Joking is funny. Joking. This is a joke. Knock, knock. Who's there? Chicken. Chicken who? Chicken banana. I don't know. That was meant to be funny. But you talking about my behind my back, that's not funny. And then they just started fighting, and then they were friends again. And then Stephanie number 1, she had a friend that she, like, hated in 3rd grade, and they've been enemies since then. They were all of a sudden friends again. She literally just replaced me. She moved on so quick. So quick. It's unbelievable. And then, sorry, I've said and then so many times, but anyway. Also, which one do y'all prefer? Green or gold? Tell me in the comments. I prefer gold, but it's, like, a lot smaller. See? Anyway, next we're gonna use this bubble watermelon flavor. And anyway, they just started hanging out, and I was like, good for her. She found a friend to replace me. And then literally, Redhead was like, do you want to be friends again? And I was like, girl, buzz off. No, absolutely not. You lied to me. And she was like, yeah, but at least I told you the truth in the end. Like, no.